Now let's talk about my background. The background of your videos is one of the most important aspects, and it's a chance for you to show off your personal brand and for you to give the viewers something that feels consistent when they come back to you. And when they see that space, your space, they have that connection with you. So I spent a lot of time thinking about what I was going to do with my background. And I ultimately decided, as I talked about earlier in the course, that I wanted to move back away from sort of the clean aesthetic with no sort of personality to something that had a bit more personality. So I'm gonna show some videos in this lesson with a variety of different angles that I've used in the past. Right now I'm filming at a setup where I would be using a tripod that's sort of off to the side of my desk. This is not the view you see from my desk, which you'll see now, which is a really nice setup, and I can do it squared off to the wall behind me, or what I'll often do is have it be a little bit angled. I kind of like having that window in the background as just another sort of element back there that brings in some light. The one thing I don't like about this cool shelf that I bought is that it has these angled posts on the side that make it feel like the shot might be a little bit tilted. So squaring it off is nice in that way. So a couple things that I also wanted to talk about was this light stand here. I like having the light stand that's an actual light being part of the set, and also something that adds a bit of color and light to the background. You don't see it, but I actually have a light shining on this right here. If I turn it off, it's going to look a lot different. So turning that light off, it really makes that background not pop as much. So I just have one of my older LED panels. It's a 500 watt Dracast light with a little bit of a softbox on it that is diffusing the light, so it's not so harsh. I'm trying not to get shadows here. Other things I was considering and trying to do with this background was find a color palette, and you'll see that across the entire room that I'm using warm colors, a lot of browns, beiges, and not neon, super saturated colors back here. So you'll see that in the chair choice, in this lamp choice, in the shelf, and then I have a few pops of colors from different things like this typewriter that was one of my favorite gifts that I got from my wife, to a couple little pottery things that we've made or purchased. I have a globe up there that you can see in a wider view as well. Now, a cool thing is with this lamp, I put in a smart LED bulb. It's from LePro Lamp UX, and it's the smart bulb. And I can change the color temperature of this bulb. I can even change the color, which is pretty cool. So I've played around when I'm doing different tutorials. If I'm doing something like a Premiere Pro tutorial, the colors of Premiere Pro are purple. If I'm doing something that's more video school online related, I do my sort of teal. And you can actually preset color choices in here, and oftentimes it's just on this warm white color, which I think looks good, and it adds a little bit of differentiation to the cool lights that I'm using to light myself, and also that matches the daylight coming in from the window. And that's something to be considerate of when you are choosing lights for your home office. You typically want to make sure that you're using daylight bulbs or LED panels if you have light coming in from outside. Otherwise, those multiple colors are going to kind of contrast each other, and you're going to get sort of a weird white balance going on when you're filming. That being said, adding some warmer lights or other colored lights in the background to highlight either a specific part of your background or just to have in the background, I think is totally fine. And again, one thing I will note too is that, as my goal was from the very beginning, I wanted this space to be something that I enjoyed going into, not only for my office and work, but also for just relaxing or just having the space, walking by really, and seeing the space look nice. And so there are some choices that I would probably change if I was doing something just for filming. If I had a specific niche that I was going for, say I was doing a Pokemon YouTube channel, I probably wouldn't have my setup look like this with these items in the background. Because I teach a range of topics, I felt that the items in the background didn't need to be specific to one specific topic that I teach. So that's my background that I use. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and we'll see you in the next one.